Hello there, Nature TTL viewers. This video is supposed to be about how to photograph a beautiful moonset at sunrise or a beautiful moonrise at sunset. Well, it's actually still going to be about that, but unfortunately this morning when I went out, it was totally overcast and I tried to go up to a very high elevation, a place called Top of the World actually, here in South Orange County, California. I thought I could get maybe above the clouds and get one of those beautiful moon set over the clouds type photos, but unfortunately it just didn't happen. Honestly though, to me, that's part of the fun of it all. It's just going out and trying instead of course, going home and just faking it and dropping that moon in Photoshop. I don't know, I feel like it cheapens the satisfaction, the excitement of when you actually are going out and you do accomplish something amazing and see something amazing. So I'm going to tell you all about that today. The exciting thing is, here's what people don't really realize. Well, not only have we been able to predict the moon's position, the full moon, for centuries because the Earth and the Sun and the moon's position are extremely precise, but we've also been able to predict exactly where and when it's going to rise. And here's the exciting thing that I'm surprised that more landscape photographers don't realize. Every single time there's a full moon, that full moon will rise perfectly at sunset, and then also a little bit after, it will set perfectly at sunrise. And this happens every single time there's a full moon, which happens every single month, sometimes twice a month. And all you need to do is use the prediction tools to figure out when and where that sunrise is going to align with a moon set, like me today, or when the moonrise will align with a sunset. And it's very easy to do this. There's actually plenty of apps that you can use. My favorite is an app called Surveyor, but there's also a couple other popular apps, TPE, which is short for the photographer's ephemeris, and PhotoPills. Those are pretty popular apps. They all do the same thing. They help you know where on the horizon to look for the moonrise. That is, from north, how many degrees off of north is the moon going to rise at? Because sometimes it rises a little bit northeast, sometimes it rises dead east, sometimes it rises a little bit, tiny bit southeast. I'm not sure, it depends on where you are on the Earth, on the planet. But you can check these apps to figure out where it's going to rise at exactly what time. Next, if you want to get a little bit more advanced, you need to know how high above the horizon it's going to be at each time that you may want to line up the moon with a sunset or sunrise. That is, if you have a mountain and it's way up above the horizon, you might actually need to photograph that moonrise 2 or even 3 days before, usually sometimes just 2 days before the actual full moon, instead of the day of the full moon itself. Or if you want to get the opposite, then you might need to wait until 2 days after the full moon and then photograph that moon set at sunrise to align the elements together. And you can practice this and figure it out pretty quickly because there's Google Streetview, at least in Sun Surveyor, there's Google Streetview available, and also there is the virtual reality. When you get to the location, hopefully a day or at least an hour or two in advance, you just hold your camera up and it'll tell you in an hour the moon is going to be right there. And if the gyroscope on your phone is calibrated properly, it's pretty darn accurate. And so you just set up your composition and wait for the moon to come into position. And even if you get totally skunked and there's something terrible going on, like overcast, whatever, there's almost always something else to photograph. Some beautiful sunrise when you meant to get the sunset, or a sunset when you were really hoping for a good sunrise. Just go out and give it a shot, whether or not you get exactly what it was you were planning on going out for. I just use this moonrise or moonset thing sometimes just as motivation to get out and take pictures, and just see what happens. So that's about it. It's really that simple. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to click subscribe, and better luck to us next time.